Hello, GCCS kindergarten students. Okay, so today we're going to look at eighth notes. Remember, an eighth note looks like a quarter note, but it has a flag. So get out your dry erase board and I want you to draw a medium-sized circle. Color it in. That is our note. Then you're going to draw a line going up to the right of the note. This is called a stem. Now this looks like a quarter note, but we're going to make an eighth note, so we need a flag. So just draw one line going away from the top of the stem. Now, an eighth note is a half of a beat, and the singing rhythm for it is T. T. I will write eighth note at the top so that you know that it is an eighth note. If you want to stop the video and just write eighth note on your dry erase board, you can. Now, this is your example of an eighth note that you're going to write on your staff line paper. So get out your staff line paper and I'm going to share my screen. There we go. So already on your paper, you should have on the front page of your worksheet book is your name. Mine is Mr. Hughes. Write your name at the top. And then put quarter notes. Again, if you need to stop the video just to write out quarter notes, you can do that. And remember, we counted the 5 lines, the 5 music lines. These are called staff lines in music. And we count them from the bottom to the top. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I should do that this way so you can see a little bit better. 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 5. And then for the quarter note, we said go to the bottom line, which is 1, put a 1 in the middle of the line, put a 2 in the middle of the line, and then draw your quarter note. Then you should have had a 1 for 1 beat, and then a ta. And then we did it again. Now, that's pretty much where we stopped. If you have not written anything else on your staff line paper, then draw another quarter note below it. There are only 2 staff lines on this page. So let's just practice doing another. Okay, go to the bottom line. That is the first line. Put a 1. Then go up to the second line and put a 2. And put a 2 in the middle of those lines. Now, the space in between the first and the second line, we're going to draw a circle. Color it in. We have to color it in, otherwise it creates a different note, which we will get to sometime later. Okay, then go to the right of the note and draw a line going all the way up to the 5th line or the top, but don't touch it quite. Go almost all the way to touching it, but don't touch it. The top line, that is. And then right below the note, it's 1 beat. And the singing rhythm, every time we see a quarter note, Let's get in the habit of singing ta. Oops, I didn't have this one labeled. So I'm going to label the first one, 1 and 2, ta. Nope, what did I do that for? Okay. Recording and teaching. New concept. It's a ta. All right. Now turn your papers over. In your work, you're just going to flip the page over. And then you have 3 lines of staff lines, 3 sets of staff lines. Go to the top and let's write out 8th notes. So write out E, I, G, H, T, H. Then note N, O, T, E. Okay, so we're going to start out with the 8th note, the single 8th note. And here is your example here. Okay, now, just like the quarter note, go to the bottom line. That is line number 1. Go to 1. Then go right above it in the line and write a 2 in the middle of the line. And you're going to draw a note in between those 2 lines, just like the quarter note. Make it easy. Okay. A nice perfect circle. Color it in. Draw a note. Draw a line. Going almost up to the top line, but not quite. And then what do we need? A flag. Here we go. There's the flag. Let's draw another one. Oh, let's put the singing syllable. It is half a beat. If you want to put half, it is half a beat. And that's how you write half. And then T underneath. Can't forget those 2 things. Okay, so put your finger right in the middle, right after your first one. And then you're going to go to the bottom line, draw another 1. Then right above it, a 2 in the middle of those lines. Draw a circle, color it in. Draw a line going all the way up, almost to the top line. And then draw a flag going out. I did it 2 different kinds of ways. Either way, it is okay. We will know that that is an 8th note. Okay, how many beats is an 8th note? It's half a beat. And we're going to say T. I'm going to add something so that you will remember half, and then we're going to write beat. B, E, A, T. And let's do it for this one. B, E, A, T. Okay, now let us get out our dry erase board. We're going to erase our single 8th note. And we're going to draw an 8th note pair. Okay, so start out with I would say a medium-sized circle. Color it in and have a stem going up. Then you draw another medium-sized circle. Draw that a little bit up. Okay. Color it in. Draw a line going up. And besides creating flags, we're going to create a beam connecting the two lines like this. And we're going to beam them together. All right? This is called a beam, that line. And again, the singing rhythm, 4/8 notes, T, T. Very good. Now, this is your example, and you're ready to write it on your staff line paper. So here we go. Let's put a 1 on the bottom line. Remember, we count our lines from the bottom to the top. A 2. And then draw a circle in the middle of those two lines. Color it in. Draw a line going almost up to the top line, but not quite. Then put a finger right after that note to give it a little space. And draw another circle in between the line 1 and 2. And go with the 1 and the 2, and where you drew your first 8th note, go with that of how you're going to draw your second 8th note. You don't have to put a 1 and a 2 right underneath it, okay? Then draw a line going all the way almost to the 5th line, but you stop. And then we're gonna beam them together. Go to the first line and draw a straight line going to the next line or stem. And then of course, we're gonna put T, T. If you want to remind yourself that this is a half beat, you can do this, half beat, half beat, okay? And let's do it one more time, okay? See if you can work along with me. A 1 in the middle of the first line, which is the bottom line on our staff lines, and put a 2. Draw a nice circle in the middle of those two lines. Color it in. Draw a line. Put your finger in between, or at least right after the first line or the first note. Color it in. Draw a line going up, almost touching the 5th line, but not quite. Beam it together with one straight line, one stem, the first stem, to the second stem or the second line. We call them stems in music, okay? And let's put the singing rhythm, T, T, underneath each note, and then you can put half, just to know that they're half a beat each. If you want to put beat, that will help you remember that each one of those are half a beat. So you have your single 8th note, and you have your 8th note pair. Either way, these are eighth notes, okay? And at the end of our word, we could put, because we wrote many eighth notes, let's put a S on the end of that, eighth notes. So what I want you to do is I want you to practice. On the bottom line, draw one eighth note and then an eighth note pair. And if you want to practice on the rest of your papers, practice. But don't forget to put your T's. And if I turn my paper around, if you want to draw some quarter notes, your ties. Okay? And then you can clap your rhythm, right? T, T, or T, 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 T for the second line. Okay? Very good. And that's going to end our lesson. And have fun drawing your eighth notes. And I look forward to seeing your work.